What is the saga? I thought this case was forgotten by most. I think it is forgotten by most. I think the people that it hasn't been forgotten about are the people that's like literally been following it from the beginning and like now just kind of want an ending to it. It's like, it's like that show that like we don't want it to get canceled until we find out. But most of us are pretty sick of it. I'll be honest. Most of us are pretty done and sick of it. And that's why I am moving on to other cases, and I'm much more interested in answers. Joey ain't gonna end. Joey has no answers to nothing. So yeah, no. For me, that Joey's a no. Jumpsuit being the JP for their prison wedding would end it for me. Yeah, like imagine he comes out and he's like singing. Josephine, yeah. Now it's Josephine. Todd. I mean, what could Todd really bring to the table? Todd was or is an older man who just liked Wade and, wanted to buy the suits for him. I mean, it was just another fan boy or man. Is a fan man. So, I don't really think Todd has anything to bring to the table. Just like I don't think Joey has anything to bring to the table. And there's probably 40 other women that have spoken to him that don't have anything to bring to the table, meaning, they talk to him and then that's it. Like you can't talk to every single person that talked to him. Who gives a shit, I certainly don't. Allie bought one of the suits. Yeah, Steve's already spoken out. That's why I don't think it's Steve. I mean, unless, Steve has I don't think it's Steve. There's no appeal at the moment. Well, I shouldn't say that. He is in the appeals process, but the status of it is like the very, very, very beginning. He's only had, there's only been one hearing. He was not present at that hearing. From what I understand, he'll be going to, I don't know when exactly, but he will be going to Palm Beach County to deal with his charges there. So he's going to be, which is wild to me that they're going to move him off D-Row and bring him to Palm Beach County over these charges that he has in Palm Beach County, which to me, I think I want to say they're not minor charges, but considering what kind of charges they are, it'd be wild to me, Could it be Kelly? Could what be Kelly? Oh, you mean talking to Jumpsuit? It's not Kelly. He mentioned that this person never talked before. Right. He mentioned this person never talked before. The person will probably not talk again. Amanda. Which Amanda? The Amanda that was on my live, I don't think it would be her. And the Amanda that donated the money, I mean, I don't think she wants to talk. Well, I talked to both Amandas. The one Amanda was just a honestly one-line conversation. And that was it really. And then the other Amanda you guys saw was the live, so. Yeah, I said that, Miriam. I'm like, maybe it could be somebody from jail, somebody he was in Lee County with, but I don't know. I mean, we could all just be sitting here guessing, and it could be absolutely nobody that we would even think. Could be Ari, aka Monica. Well, yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, it could be Monica, but like, if the Monica girl really is a scammer, I doubt she's going to be coming out and talking, right? And this person knows Wade personally if it could end the Wade saga. I don't know necessarily. I mean, I don't know that they necessarily, could be somebody that's speaking on the case that knows something. I mean, I don't know, you know. What if it's the real Ariel? But I don't think the real Ariel could end the saga. I mean, I guess she can get on there and talk about how the girl Monica has been impersonating her. I mean, you know what? Maybe that is a good guess, because maybe the real Ariel can tell us more about what's been going. Like, maybe there's an investigation that's going on that she could speak on. You know? Maybe she can come forward and she can talk about an investigation that's going on, and, you know, tell us all about this Monica who's been pulling these you know, these things. Love you. Britt, don't even. That'll be the next thing that's all over the internets. No, he didn't say it today, Tracy. He said it. Does anybody know when that video was that he made? It's a few days ago, and it was at the very end of the video. And the video did not have anything to do with Wade Wilson. I don't think it did. I remember it was like a woman on the on like the clip. And it was like at the very end of that clip, he just kind of said, yeah, watch the clip and then just go to like the last 60 seconds. 2 or 3 days ago, it's whomever has Wade's missing cell phone. Imagine. I have been watching I haven't been watching him in a bit. Yeah, I haven't watched him either. I just haven't had the time, honestly. I used to like sitting and watching him, but I just haven't had the time. I'm either trying to like look up information on cases for more content, or I'm just, you know, I have a lot of shit going on here. Then I think, why would a juror go on Jumpsuit Pablo instead of a larger creator? I agree. I mean, I think Jumpsuit's big, yeah. But, I mean, I would think a juror would talk to, like, a news reporter or, you know, I don't know, something like that. And
paper, though.
I don't know if a juror would want to talk, but I heard that the jurors' names were released. Which one?
The text has paper. I gotta bring it in.
It's on the counter. I'll look for it because I gotta get all the other papers together. Right. I'll leave it out.
Money, so just give it to me tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. I'm only gonna give you 10 though because you paid last year. So yeah, I did hear that the jurors' names were released to the public. So I mean, if somebody was interested in getting to the speaking to the jurors, their names are out there now, which is crazy to me. I don't understand that. Releasing jurors' names and stuff. What Kristie said. Swiftie fan. Oh no, Swiftie fans up in here. He got such a kick out of that. Canceling appointments. Oh my God, there's so many things going on in this chat. I don't know what's happening. Since I've been over the calls, I haven't been watching. Yeah, I'm having a hard time just getting through the calls, let alone having to listen to them again. You know, it's been taking me a long time to get through the calls. That was Mateo. That was my little one. He was singing the kiosk song. It's the video that title is You're a Swiftness. Oh, okay. The video's titled You're a Swiftness or You're a Swiftie. I take it no receipts have dropped from the dark side. No, they have not. I don't get to say when I get them. I just have to wait and get them when they feel like dropping them. Are news outlets even covering anything to do with Wade anymore? I mean, nobody's covering it right now, but I 100% think that there are people working on doing documentaries. 100%. I think Law and Crime will probably do one. I know there was one supposedly in the works. And I'm sure there's going to be other documentaries. If it doesn't go on to, like mainstream, it will definitely be on like Netflix and all of that. There'll definitely be documentaries, 100%. I mean, they just have to get people to participate. That's the thing, They have to get some people to participate. I bet he's working out for his camera time in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, so I don't know when he's gonna be. MJ, it wouldn't be Kelly. Kelly's spoken already to Jumpsuit. She's spoken a lot, Kelly. I don't, it's not going to be Kelly. But yeah, so I don't know when exactly he's headed back to, Palm Beach, but he is headed back to Palm Beach to deal with those charges. And I don't know how that works, how long he'll be there. Like, is it a 1-day thing? Will he be in jail over there? Like, I don't know how that works. I've never heard of that, to be honest with you. Does anybody know how that works? It's just interesting that he's going to be leaving D-Row to go deal with charges in Palm Beach. And I think it's like, I forget what the charges were, but I think there's like larceny, right? I mean, I don't know. That part just gets me. I don't get that part. How far is D-Row from Palm Beach? I don't know. I think D-Row, well, it's in Rayford, which I think is like the Jacksonville area. So I would think it's a couple of hours. Jahira says it's far. Jahira's in Florida, so she would know. At least 6 hours. So I guess, and they have to drive, right? Because they can't transport. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I would like to know. I'm kind of interested. How does that work? They'll fly. Oh, so they put these, is it kind of like Con Air? It takes many people to transfer him. I can't believe they would do that. I know. I'm mind blown. I'm mind blown that they're going to do that. Thanks, Lovejoy. For the charges, it's not, the charges don't seem significant enough to move him for that. I lost all interest unless someone tells me that Jesse was working against him to make him pay. Yeah, I feel ya, Miriam. I feel ya. I picture Jesse tailing behind him. Katie. Yep. Definitely odd. Very odd. Yes, Con Air, but only Woody. What a waste of money. I agree, Valerie. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars for sure, especially considering the amount of money they're going to have to spend to transport somebody like him who is on D-Row and is a risk because he's already tried to break out of jail. So, he's going to be categorized as a risk, which means it's probably going to take at least 4 to 5, armed guards or whatever, however that works, to transport him. Okay, Angie, we'll check it out. The court docs in Discord. Won't he go via video? It's safer. So that's what a lot of people were saying. Like, wouldn't they just do? But they're saying, no, he has to be present for these charges in Palm Beach County. I bet he has to hit McDonald's drive-thru. Oh, he definitely will try to manipulate anybody he possibly can to get something. Followed by armed escort vehicle. That's what I... Like he's some sort of musician on tour. I'll see all my fans when I get to London. Freaking bizarre. It's a rug case. I don't think so. The Pope. I don't think it's not larceny. Okay. Does anybody know what it is? So maybe it is a rug case. That's the only thing I remember him getting in trouble for in Palm Beach was what had to do with Kelly. I don't recall him having a rug case in Palm Beach. Was it there? He said he can get married. No, I think he was talking about another location. I think he was talking about if he was to have not gotten D-Row, there's different prisons, and based on the prison that he would be placed in, I think that's what he was talking about, like which prison he would be placed in. But because he's delusional and didn't think he was going to get D-Row, or he thinks he'll get off D-Row. Can they file charges from 6 years ago? Can who file charges from 6 years ago? He's only been there since September, and MJ said, I think Rayford needs a break. Imagine, he's only been there since September. And they probably, like, Lee County probably, like, called up and was like, this is what you're going to deal with. Like, he's already created so much drama, and he's only been there, 2 months? It's pathetic. Yep, they already pepper sprayed him. When I adopted, the bio dad would be driven every time we had a hearing. He asked me to babysit. We tired. Lee County in the house. Stephanie, are you in Lee County? Do you work in Lee County? Fill us in. You live in Lee County? You live in Lee County? On one of his calls, he said, we can get married. Yes, I do remember that. And then they were talking about, like, what was it? Like 3-day trailer visits or some bullshit like that. Some delusion shit like that. Good riddance, Wade. Happy to see him go, right, Stephanie? Oh, see, Cigar, you could be right. It could be a violation of parole. That does sound familiar. Angie, you have the documents, don't you? Or Britt, maybe you could look at it. Can you look in Discord and see what it actually is? Yes, Mila's case. But Mila's case was in Lee County. It wasn't in Palm Beach County. Mila's case was in Lee County. So I don't think that's correct. Yes, Kelly, apparently he was pepper sprayed. She picked him up. She did pick him up. 7Z7 says rug case for old case. That's more likely, but yeah, that's more likely, but I don't remember him having a rug charge in Palm Beach County. Britt, are you summoning me, or are you what's happening, Britt? I thought it was at her spa. No, that's incorrect. That Discord message. Oh, okay. Sorry, what are Woody charges in Palm? Woody charges? She picked him up. Maybe victims going after his money since, yeah, but that wouldn't happen none of that would be happening in Palm Beach County, because that all occurred in Lee County. The only thing that I recall that happened in Palm Beach County, I feel like is Plan Pixie still in here? She would know. Trying to say if I could see it. They may be on the Lee County, but I don't think they would be because it doesn't have anything to do. It's not anything. The thing is, guys, he's going back to Palm Beach because whatever it was had to do with what he did in Palm Beach. So the Lee County stuff, the Mila stuff, that is Lee County. Then there's Monroe County, which is he had some things that he did in Monroe County. Then there's Leon County, which is where he lived in Tallahassee. So there's all these different counties and these different charges. But the things that I remember that happened, yeah, that's what I thought, Britt. I'm almost positive it has to do with what happened with Kelly, that he stole her stuff and then pawned it. That's what the only two things that I recall is, one, the assault with Kelly, which unfortunately went nowhere and he got away with it. The second thing was the theft, and then he resold her stuff or whatever, like he pawned it or whatever. So like he stole it and then pawned it. So that's the charges, those are the two charges that I was thinking about. Violation of probation. That's the only other thing I can think of is violation of probation. I'm trying to see if I can get on real quick and see. Let's see. Wilson, Wagerkis Wilson. Oh, see, it was considered a felony, so. Arrests and bonds, dockets and documents. Let's see. Yeah, order to transport on September 24th of 2024. It says order to transport. He had a plea conference. Notice of hearing. Application of indigence. So it looks like he applied for an attorney back in July. So this has been going on since September. Violation report form. Let's see. Violation report. The pod club where Micah Miller and Karen Reed is in the pod club right now. Karen Reed's going to be up next. Dawn, he can't use Malcolm for Palm Beach County. It's different county. Malcolm's the lawyer in Lee County. He can't use the same lawyer. They don't work in the same area. Yeah. So it says violation of condition of the order of probation by failing to pay the state of Florida in the amount. So it looks like there is a violation of probation, but it stems back to the charges of what happened or what happened when he stole Kelly's items and then pawned them. So that's the initial charge, and then I guess he violated. Malcolm was handling escape and rug charges, right? And Malcolm's handling Lee County. He needs another lawyer that's going to represent him in Palm Beach County. Now, this does mention, and this is on the Palm Beach County website, this does mention a possible escape attempt. So I guess these may just be documents that were added to his file that had to do with what happened in Lee County. I guess they cross, they cross-file. It says the warden, superintendent, or director of Wade Wilson is hereby directed to release Wade Wilson into custody of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department and to be transported to Palm Beach County Jail. So he is going to Palm Beach County Jail, obviously, because that's where they'll hold him until his hearing. And its purposes of its plea conference hearing scheduled for December 19th. So he'll probably plead guilty at that point. And then I guess if there's any, if he gets any jail time, they'll add it to the other jail time that he got from Lee County. I agree, Nat. I agree. I'm shocked, but there's a lot of things that I'm shocked about in Florida. They have been so messy with personal information and documents. I'm shocked. I mean, they're supposed to redact victims' information, and I can tell you for a fact that they have slipped and not redacted certain information. I would never live there. Yeah, and then it basically says, so he's on Wade Wilson into custody and return him to Palm Beach County Jail upon completion of the hearing, and shall return defendant back to the Union Correctional Institution. It's just so crazy. I find that so odd. So odd. Oh yeah, he will definitely be in PC. My chances I'd end up living. I mean, I think more than anything, he's going to be in PC all the time because he's at risk now. He's already tried to escape once, so he's always going to be. And I think he knows what he's doing when he does these things. I think that he knows that he's going to get that type of protection, and I think he does it to protect himself. Hi, Phoenix. I think he knows exactly how to play the system and how to get what he needs so that he he kind of protects himself. He's definitely going to be on the kiosk. So did Jesse hire that new lawyer for his appeal? How much was it, do you know? I believe the price was $150,000 for Ufferman to do the appeal, to take the appeal case. And I mean, based on the evidence we saw, it does appear that he was hired and given a deposit. The amount, I don't know. The balance, I don't know. I don't have any additional information as far as that. So, but yeah, it looks like Wade Wilson will be heading back to Palm Beach County on December 19th to face his charges. OG kiosk in the house. Who's the OG kiosk? Speaking of kiosk, who's the OG kiosk? What did I miss? Who's the OG kiosk? I feel like I missed stuff. Oh, Kiosk Kristen's here. Where did you guys see that? Poor Kristen, Kiosk Kristen, stuck with Kiosk Kristen for the rest of her life. Where did you guys see that? I didn't see anybody. Where are you guys seeing that? I think you guys lie. You guys play around too much. Yeah, so that's the dealio. I'm trying to see what other documents are on here. And then there's also, we do have the case of well, it's not really a case, but we have this attempt that thank you, Amira. We have this attempt that Jesse has made to stop the calls. Yes, Kiosk Kristen definitely became a fan favorite. I would go, but I can't even take pictures, so why go? Where is that C cigar? Oh yeah, for sure. We definitely Kiosk Kristen definitely is a fan fave. Sorry, I'm trying to read oh, you're in Palm Beach County? Yeah, you won't be able to do nothing. Forget it. They're going to have that, they're going to be, I'm sure, on top of all of that. And you can't take pictures inside anyway. Phoenix, on December 19th, he is headed to Palm Beach County. Oh, you're in Miami. Okay. He's headed to Palm Beach County to deal with charges that he has there that have been pending. He has to settle those charges now. So he is headed to Palm Beach County. He's actually physically headed there, which is crazy to me. So yeah, he's headed there. Hi, Sunset. Coral blocked me. I'm so sad. I didn't even say anything bad. Oh, who cares, girl? Really? Who cares? It's like high school bullshit. Who cares? Let's see. Might as well just block a whole community at this point. I'm trying to see, I want to see if there's any new, that's recent bookings. Someone told me they answered my question in here and you block them. Me? No. First of all, me personally, I don't block anybody. And my mods like almost never block somebody. They only mute people. They do, I mean, we do have talks about if we see certain people, they will be blocked, but it's very few and far between. Yeah, no, I don't be doing that. I mean, Jahira would tell you if the person who's the person. I can look at my block list and tell you. Yeah, they only block when it's like absolutely necessary. And I mean, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I really don't. I haven't been in other creators' lives other than creators that support me and that I support. So I don't know what's going on, but I have looked back on old screen recordings that have been sent to me. And I did say this the other day. If I saw that you were commenting and literally like saying nasty shit about me, you were blocked. Yeah. So, I mean, those are the only people that I block were like people that were actually in another live saying nasty shit about me. You were definitely fucking blocked. And you can send me a message and I'll let you know. But other than that, I mean, why would I block somebody that's on my page that's coming into, to my live? Like, I mean, that's the reason why you guys are following me. But yeah, if you were in another live and you were talking shit and it happened to be caught on a screenshot or it happened to be caught on a live recording and it was sent to me and it was like you talking shit about me, you're getting blocked. Why would I want you to be on my page if you're talking shit about me? Like, then you're just coming in here just to either cause drama or you're coming in here just to be nosy. So you could fuck off. All the way off. Yeah. But other than that, I got no problems with anybody. You know what I mean? Sounds like someone's being messy. Messy up in these streets. You have no idea who she is or what question. Yeah, I don't know. But there are a few little messy people. Not that I know anyone here, but not anyone I chat with, I should say. Yeah, I don't get that, Jahira, because you and I have talked obviously through messaging, and I like you, you like me, and you've told me you like other creators and that, you follow other creators, and like that ain't none of my business. You know what I mean? As long as you ain't talking shit about me, you're welcome here. So the charge with, so there's the Jessie thing, right? Where there was an answer to her request to basically block the phone calls. And it basically says the reference case law speaks for itself, meaning, the calls are recorded. And then it says the remainder is denied. So it looks like it was denied by Lee County and then admitted to the state attorney's office without knowledge as to the remainder and therefore denied. I don't know. To me, it just looks like it's been denied. So I don't know where that's going to go. I have no idea where that's going to go after that. But it appears to be that it's a denial saying like basically ain't our problem, because it's pretty clear that, these calls are public records. And then she did get a new attorney for that as well. It's not the attorney that initially filed the motion. So I'm interested to see what will end up happening with that too. If they'll be able to stop these calls from coming out, I don't know. I don't know if there's like I don't know if they can get, like, if they can use the fact that certain things were not redacted when they should have been, you know, because I think they did slip up on some of these calls and not redact certain things, and that could possibly be a problem. And then it does say that, well, it's notice of appearance, which is a change of an attorney, and then an answer, but the answer is from Lee County. So now I guess it goes back to the state attorney's office? I don't know. There is a woman who handles appeals. She doesn't handle DP appeals, but she does handle appeals. I believe she is a paralegal, so I could try to reach out and see if she knows. I could also ask my friend who's a judge, but I don't see her all the time. She's busy. I feel so bad for the attorneys who must waste their education responding to her. Any good info in the emails? I don't really, I haven't really listened to the emails. The videos are so long, and I haven't really heard anything in the emails. Somebody commented on my YouTube, like indicating that the emails between Jesse and between Wade and Kelly were weird, but I didn't see anything like that in any of the emails. So I think people are just like grasping at straws at this point. It should go in the garbage. I agree. Hi, Lisa. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just catching back up. If I'm inviting you to the live, I'm sorry. It's a mistake. Allison, is Jesse still in the picture? I mean, I can't speak for currently at this moment. But when Amanda spoke about a week or two ago, last she heard, Jesse was still involved. You know, that was up until I guess she was involved. Jesse was still in the picture, and that was only a few weeks ago. So I can't imagine that anything's changed. If nothing changed, hi Megs, if nothing changed after all of those calls, then I doubt anything's changed within the last couple of weeks. Hey, Silver Lining. Sunset is a burner. I'll send you the name in private. Yes, send me the name. Sorry. Sunset has a new fake account. People can be eclipsed. Oh, Coral blocked me. I'm so sad. I don't know. I didn't even. Oh, okay. So Sunset 0 followers, 0 following. Kristen. I think Amanda was very transparent and cleared the air for a lot of things. She seemed very genuine. Yeah, I agree. She shared the information that she had. She was pretty forthright in why she got involved. I mean, what else can you ask for people, I don't know what people want from people, People do, they follow their heart, and sometimes it leads them to the wrong place. Will you release the emails? I won't be releasing anything because I did not pay thousands of dollars to get those things through the FOIA Act. So I will not be releasing anything. But I believe Zav Girl on YouTube is the one who actually filed the FOIA. From what I understand, it's not even called a FOIA in Florida. It's something else. But I believe Zav Girl is the one who got the emails. I don't know if she got all of the emails. Very apologetic. No, I'm giving her props. I appreciate that. People want people to talk, and then they share their truth, and people still want to twist stuff. Exactly, Britt. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Alexis from the emails is Allie. I don't know. I'm out of that loop also. I backed away from that as well. Will they release the emails from 2019? I think it's all a matter of who purchases what and then what comes. I don't know if it works the same way the calls do, but if it works the same way the calls do, you don't get to choose what you want. They just send the batches to you, and then you have to go through them. I don't know why PCFP hasn't released more calls from others who were involved, like Haley, Brooke, etc. I know. I mean, the only thing that I can think of, Plant Pixie, is they haven't released them because they don't have them. Because I'm told that they don't get to choose what calls they get. They basically just get batches of calls, and whatever calls come are the calls that they get. So that's why I think they haven't released certain calls, because I don't think they have them. And then they have to figure out, is it worth it to keep paying for these calls, because the case is dying off now. But they definitely don't get to choose what calls they get. And so, there's plenty of calls, and PCFP has made it very clear, because they posted on their page and they said, that they were they know that people were under the impression that they have all 5 years of calls, and they cleared it up and said, we absolutely do not have all 5 years calls. So, yeah. There's not going to be, I'm not going to say there's not going to be. I'm just going to say that PCFP definitely does not have full 5 years worth of calls. So we may never hear all of the calls, and there may be calls that we never hear. Yes, I did see that about them being sick, and that's why they weren't releasing calls. But then they also, if you go to PCFP's YouTube page and you go and you click on the community tab, you'll see on the community tab posts that they've made. And on the community tab, there is a post that says they do not have all the calls. So do I think that it's possible? Yes, I do think it's possible that they may buy and try to get batches of the calls. I don't know how it works though. Like, in other words, would they get different calls or would they get the same calls? I don't know, because I would imagine that they're not going to list the same calls that they have already redacted. So I don't know how that works. I really don't. But I don't think we're going to get 5 years of calls, because that's a lot of calls, and these calls are very expensive. So I think they bought a couple of batches, and I'm sure they have more calls to release, but they strategically released these calls ahead of other calls, because they're kind of releasing the calls as everything is playing out. So I don't think, you know, I think they may not have, like, when everybody's like, oh, I want to hear the call where he finds out about Ari, they may not have that call. It's not that they're holding back on the call, they just may not have it, you know? Plus, they do have a lot of work to do when they get the calls because they have to do their own redacting. No, Lindsay's not here. She wasn't feeling that great, Jahira. She said she was probably not going to be in tonight. Does anyone want to hear the old shit anyway? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not that I want to hear the old shit, but I guess I would kind of like to hear some other stuff. I don't know. I mean, like, I would like to just see them release all the calls at one time and just, you know, I would listen to them back to back and just, you know, for fun. I know. I mean, I hope they speed it up too because, like, I just feel like just at this point, just, release everything they got or release them in batches, you know, redact them, edit them. And maybe that may be what they're going to do now because they've released like a lot of the ones that people wanted to hear. So maybe now they'll just start releasing like a bunch of them. I mean, I'm sure they have more calls, but they definitely don't have as many as everyone's thinking they have. That's my personal opinion because I heard they're very expensive. You were really interested in hearing Allie's calls? Where is KK? No idea. I think Zav said it's not the same Alexis. It could be, could it be the Alexis that he was trying to get the lawyer to talk to? That supposedly knew the guy, Jason Shepard? Could it be that girl? Zav girl's waiting on more emails, she said today. Okay. I don't know why PCFP has... Oh, sorry. My BS radar did not go off when she spoke on here. That's for Amanda? Yeah. I think Amanda has very transparent and cleared the air on a lot of things. She seemed very genuine. Hi, Silver Lining. Sorry, I feel like I'm getting to it like hours later. Yeah, was there anything good in the emails? It's reading like an old newspaper. Agreed. It's like reading an old newspaper. It's been too boring to listen to videos. I mean, and I do like Zav Girl. Like, I do really appreciate the work and the time that she puts in, but I cannot listen to her lives. I don't have the patience for her lives because they're very long, and she does take the time to read everything. I just don't have that kind of patience. So, I don't know who this person is. So I just usually just wait till the live is over, and then like the next day I'll just listen and skip through to the things that I want to hear. Drags out. It was entertaining to hear the old calls from Kristen, breezy, but not the calls. Now the calls are just sad. Yeah, I agree with you. It was in the beginning. It was fun listening, especially to Kristen and stuff. She was funny. I, for one, want to hear the Bonnie Higgins calls. I'm interested to hear Bonnie's calls. No. I was going to say, no. I don't know. I am really curious to know who Jumpsuit's going to have on. Alexis was talking about books. I mean, it could just been another. It just could have been another girl, Alexis, that he spoke to on the kiosk, that he met on the kiosk. Oh, she knew Josh? Oh, so maybe it's... I thought the girl was Jason Shepard's ex-girlfriend, but maybe it's Josh's ex-girlfriend. So that would make sense because he wanted his attorneys to talk to that girl because he said she like, he made it like she had information like that was going to exonerate him. Or, help him, but I didn't see that. Good night, Tracy. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any calls or any emails from D-Row. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. It's my opinion, but I don't think we're going to get them. I think some of the calls would just call BS on some of the former fiancés. Yeah, Steffi, you need a new character. I can't wait to hear when he really finds out she's fake. And can you request the emails? I can request the emails, yes. If I wanted to, I could request the emails. I mean, you could request the emails. I'll say this. Alexa showed her receipts from Wade, but not what she sent to Wade. I like the old ones. It's Bonnie Wiggins. It's not Higgins. It's Wiggins. Yeah, it's Bonnie Wiggins. I think she's inside. If it's the girl, the Alexis that he was talking about, if you hear on one of the calls, he wants the lawyer to go talk to her and she is in jail. So that's probably the girl, the girl Alexis. Do they do anything on DP for the holidays, I wonder, or just another day? What do you mean second wind? Like, do you mean like does Santa go visit? I heard Josh. I've been away all weekend. What is going on with jumpsuit? Hurricanes. His laugh has made his recent calls intolerable. Yeah, the laugh is getting wild. Kristie, is your family okay? Your house is uncomfortably quiet. It's bedtime up in my house. It is nice and quiet at bedtime. Bonnie Wiggins is supposedly a woman that he convinced to smuggle rugs into the Lee County jail for him. So, and Bonnie's facing charges. And you can look her up on the Lee County court records and you can see what her charges are. Turkey bone for GP. I don't know which is worse, his hurricane nasal breathing or his laughing. The laughing is pretty fucking bad. It's pretty fucking bad. Because I was listening to another creator on YouTube review the calls yesterday, and I'm just listening to the call, and I'm like, oh my God, the laughing, it's so maniacal, whatever you want. It's just so bizarre. Imagine Wade sitting on Santa's lap. I think they have a holiday menu. Do they? Holiday menu? You know, I do follow Florida's DP on Facebook. And I know they post things on there. I wonder if they posted anything about Christmas. Or about the holidays, rather. Union Correctional Institution. Let's see. Did they say anything about the holidays? No. Nope. Nothing. Nothing. Why is his voice so high pitched now? I agree with you. I agree with you. I definitely feel like he's very, it's also a little bit more flamboyant, I'll be honest. It's a little bit more flamboyant. Oh my God. Yes, very flamboyant. Wait, Jahira, was that one of the updates that he watched The Grinch? Those updates like he's at sleepaway camp just crack me up. The laugh is for sure cringe. Imagine being in the cell next to him. I am getting ready for Thanksgiving. I think Courtney is the only one who has been completely transparent about what she sent to him. I think others have been transparent. I just don't think everybody's come out and spoken. I don't know which is worse. Is Hurricane Hazel breathing? Yeah, sleepaway camp. Yeah, it's so weird, right? It's like, right now, Wade is reading and he's eating and he feels this way. And his best friend of the week, it's just so weird. It's so weird. He was watching The Grinch all day. Family newsletter. I really like Court. Wade learned to tie his shoes this week. Good night, Lisa. He's eating solid food and enjoys long walks. It's so weird. It's weird. It's weird. And you know that those people that are posting those things aren't even from this country. Because you could tell by the dates. The dates are the way they do in foreign countries. He lost another tooth. Wade had tummy time today. Oh, you guys are funny. Oh my God. Oh yeah, she definitely has a weird mom vibe with him. She definitely seems more like a mom than she does anything else. His poor adoptive sisters, imagine how horrible it must be for them. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I think they've kind of just tried to separate themselves from it as much as possible. Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, even though it's not their biological brother, they grew up with him, lived in the same house with him and everything. So, yeah, it must be hard. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for his parents. Terrible situation. Hopefully they're married and changed their name. Yeah, they're both married with kids and stuff. They have their own lives. So everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving. Anybody hosting? What is everybody doing for Thanksgiving? Nope, Jahira, you will never catch me Black Friday shopping. Unless it's in front of my computer, I ain't going. I am hosting. It's very small because my sister's not coming this year, so it's just very small. Just my sister-in-law, my aunt, my mom, and my kids and my husband for Thanksgiving. Our big celebration is Christmas Eve. No Thanksgiving in Australia? No, Great Britain. The UK, is that? Just immediate family this year. So much. Yeah, same. It's very small this year. First Thanksgiving, I'm cooking sober. Last year, we just ordered Chinese. Hubby is super supportive. Good for you, silver lining. We're going to my mother-in-law's, then my brother's house for Thanksgiving. We're hosting Christmas. Nice, Sam. I host a huge Christmas, but I cook sides for Thanksgiving. My mom's house, the usual. Yep, and it's cool in Florida right now. I'm cooking, brings me joy. Good for you, Phoenix. Maybe JS will interview Rosemary or Chris. I don't think it's going to be Rosemary or Chris. Just me and the hubs here in Arizona on business will buy cooked. Well, enjoy, Gypsy. Well, that'd be fun. Just chill and eat tons of food. Yeah, my kids actually really enjoy the night before Thanksgiving because my sister-in-law comes and then her and I prepare the turkey and we like tease each other and joke around and like we play fight over the turkey and like argue with each other, and my kids think it's hilarious. And then usually my sister-in-law will have like a slumber party with them. They'll sleep on the couch together, and then in the morning we watch the parade and we get all the food ready, and that's it. And we just eat whatever. So they actually look forward to the night before more than they do the actual day, just because it's like a whole thing. You know, she sleeps over, they have a slumber party. California, you want to escape your family for Thanksgiving? I'm hosting my family. 2 haven't spoken to me since the election. Yay me. Ooh, sorry, Lori. Just don't bring up politics and you'll be okay. What are your thoughts on Menendez? What are my thoughts in terms of what? I mean, do I think they should be free? I think they should be free. I think they did a lot of time. I think if their crimes were committed today, I don't even think they would have gotten the time that they got. And I think that considering what they went through, I think they did more than enough time. And then, yeah, I think they should be free. It's the Kelly that was the army lady. Yes, Kelly, right. Kelly is in the army. Politics shouldn't come in between family. Me too, Kristie. Yeah, that's crazy. I agree. Sending good vibes for holidays. I know the holidays could be tough for some people. Yep. Always remember that some people are grieving during the holidays. Some people have no one. I always say, like, if there's somebody that, has nowhere to go for Thanksgiving, they're welcome at my table. Because that's kind of sad, not having any place to go. Holidays can be stressful. My sister created drama. That sucks. I'm sorry. hope it's not Kelly. Have you watched the JonBenet Ramsey doc on Netflix? Happy Thanksgiving, Lori. Same to you. I have not, but that's on my list. I want to see that, and I want to, I think I may watch that Dateline that everybody was telling me about, that has Karen Reed, because I do want to get caught up on Karen Reed. So next week, we're going to do Karen Reed if you're in the Pod Club. The Pod Club is basically just this thing that I created. It's like a book club, but instead we kind of just pick a case every week to discuss, and we will give you some references and places to go to watch. You can either watch it on TV or you can listen to a podcast. You just have to do one, get yourself familiar with the case, and then we will discuss it on one of the lives. So that's basically what we're going to do next week. We did vote. We had a poll and we voted, and Karen Reed was next up on the docket. So Karen Reed is up next. We will be talking about her case next week. She's actually going to be going for her second trial. She had a mistrial, the first trial, and she's being tried again. So we'll see. Her mental status, what she knows about her, and why she thinks she threw her life away for Wade. Whose mental status? I guess I missed some of the comments. I hope it's not Kelly. She was boring. Today, but in the background is working. Well, Kelly's calls with Wade are boring because there's nothing there. I mean, it's just everybody's making it out to be like Kelly's like in love with him or into him like the rest of the girls, the rest of the kiosk ladies, and she's not. And it's boring because there's nothing going on between the two of them. I want him to ask about Jesse. You want him to ask who about Jesse? Kelly was reaching. Do you agree? What would you want to know about Jesse? What was Kelly reaching? Her mental status, what she knows about her, and why she thinks she threw her life away for Wade. Who are you talking about? I guess she just wasn't covered much. I'm changing my name to TikTok Kelly so I know when people are referring to me. Kelly, was it you that was on? Are you the Kelly that was on the calls with Wade Wilson? I feel like she was forcing conversation. Yeah, I know. I agree. I mean, Kelly about Jesse. So I don't know if this is actually considered a restriction. It's just, yeah, I got 2 restrictions. I don't know why. I can't imagine why I got restricted. Elodie wants Jumpsuit Pablo to interview Kelly. What do you want to hear from Kelly? I just think that's why people find Kelly's calls boring, because there's nothing going on between them two. And it's like one of the only women that he talks to that there's actually nothing going on. Kristie. Now I'm really confused. She's from the sticks. Why talk to him then? Because, well, Jahira, I mean, listen, you know, that's the thing. Everybody thinks that that's the only reason to talk to him, is because if you're interested in him, then that's why you're talking to him. But some people actually did believe in I don't want to say his innocence, but, that maybe he had received, not a fair trial. I mean, I definitely, watching the trial and looking at the attorneys, felt like, even though I knew he was guilty, I felt like, I don't know, this guy didn't seem to get the proper representation. So, maybe other people saw that too, and they felt like, at most he deserves a fair trial, or, something's not adding up. There were things that people questioned, so maybe she was one of those people that questioned it. You're against the DP, so she's talking about her tats. So, I mean, I don't know. Yes, like Amanda said, she was like, she's against the DP. A lot of people are against the DP, and they just felt like, for the type of representation that he got for a DP case, a lot of people felt, or some people felt, that it wasn't fair, that it wasn't right. There was a lot of advocating on that call. Wasn't a lot of advocating on that call. It was a lot of bullshitting, if there was any truth to it. Yeah, but Wade tries to flirt with every single female he encounters. Facts. He certainly does. So what? She didn't say anything incriminating. Jumpsuit Pobbles posted about it again today. Kelly was beating around the bush, not making it obvious. To me, it sounded like she was kind of just ignoring what he was trying to do. That's what it sounded like to me. She was just kind of like playing it off, like, she wasn't engaging in it, that's for sure. He's guilty, but his lawyers were horrible. Yep, agreed. Hi, Joe. Kelly was bringing the calls with Wade personal. She was asking him personal questions, though. I mean, I think, listen, you're talking to this guy on the phone. What could she have possibly said at that point to him, I mean, of course she's going to have a regular conversation with him, they're not going to get in depth about specifics of the case. They could have been having emails back and forth about that. Jesse, for sure. Yeah, so, I mean, Jumpsuit definitely claims, I don't know when this is going to come out, but he definitely claims to have an interview with somebody, and that person is going to come forward, or that person has already, whatever. He's got this interview with this person. They've never come out before, and it's going to end the Wade saga. And what else did he say? And the Wade saga. They've never come out before, and they probably will never come out again. So I don't know. Who could that be, guys? I don't know. Who could it be? She was asking probing questions: favorite color, favorite music, favorite flower, favorite food. Yeah, but I mean, for what would be the purpose of her asking those questions? I think it's just more conversation than anything else. Changing the subject, talking about other things, getting him off the topic of, flirting with every single person he talks to. So many other that's true. I don't really think anyone needs to beat around the bush with him. I mean, that's true. He's pretty straightforward. I think if Kelly was really interested in him, she could have just went right into a conversation with him and got sexual, and he would have gotten sexual right back. So many other DP cases to get behind, but she chose his because not ugly. So, I mean, I just want to say something about that in general. I was having this conversation today with Britt, and I do believe in pretty privilege. And I think that, yes, a lot of people don't find him attractive, but a lot of people do find him attractive. And I think that, when a lot of people do find you attractive, and you're considered pretty or whatever. I do think that you get treated differently. And it doesn't necessarily mean that those people that treat you differently want to have sex with you or want a relationship with you. But I do think, and I'm speaking for myself and how I looked at it, I definitely was more intrigued by the story because to me, he was good looking. And so then I was more interested in, well, why does a guy that's, fairly good looking, what drives this person? What happened? Like, it was more of a question for me because he was attractive. I think if he was an ugly guy, I would have just been like, oh, this guy's crazy, right? He looks crazy. Like, I wouldn't have given it a second thought, and that's just me being honest. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have given a second thought if he wasn't good looking, if he wasn't tall and wearing a suit, all of those things. Good looking, tall, suit, face tattoos, which, some people may find really weird. And I don't necessarily think I would date a guy with weird face tattoos all over his face like that. But it did give him that bad boy look. And I do think that it got that kind of attention. And looking at him, it definitely spiked my curiosity, whereas opposed to, I don't think it would have if he was just really fucking scary looking to me, or, had something growing out of the side of his face, and he just looked like a creeper. I would probably not even I would have never even looked up the details. I only really wanted to know more because he was, to me, looked like just, an average, decent looking guy. And I was like, what would make just a regular, guy that looks well put together? I mean, his hair's done. He's wearing a suit. Why would a guy like that unalive two women? Like, what drove this person to do this? And so that's what gave me that curiosity. And so that's why I say, I bring up this pretty privilege thing, because I do think that had he been an ugly guy, he wouldn't have got the attention. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody wants to fucking sleep with him or, wants to have a relationship with him. But I do think that that's what draws the attention. And so maybe that's the initial attention, but then you get involved and now you're starting to question things and you're seeing now, okay, that's what drew you. And this is exactly what happened with me. It drew me initially. And then when it drew me, I was like, okay, now I want to find out more information. And then when I did look at more information, I saw that there were things that people were saying, he's saying he wasn't innocent. He's saying this, he's saying that. Now, me personally, I looked at all of the things that were supposedly like cracks or things that didn't make sense in the case. And I said, I'm not really buying it. I still think the guy's guilty. That's me. There are other people that looked at all the letters that he wrote and said, there is a lot of corruption. I've seen corruption, I can see this happening. And then they saw his lawyers and the way the way they behaved on TV. I mean, the one thing I agreed with from the very beginning when I saw what I saw on TV, not what people in the court saw, because maybe people in court saw way more than I saw, and maybe they felt like they were wonderful attorneys. But what I saw on TV was attorneys kind of acting unprofessional, and I was like, damn, and me and my sister had this conversation because we were both following the case, and I was like, I 100% think he's guilty, but we both agreed we didn't think he got a fair trial based off of what we saw. I'm sorry, let me go back. Not that he didn't get a fair trial. We felt like he didn't get adequate counsel. Okay, so I want to take that back. Please don't misinterpret. I don't mean he didn't get a fair trial. I mean he did not get adequate representation, meaning I thought his attorneys could have brought more things to the forefront that maybe they could have fought a little bit better. However, I don't think it would have changed the outcome of the case. I still think he was guilty. I still think the evidence was there. I still think the DNA was there. I still think he was guilty and he would have been found guilty no matter what. But from the outside, the way his attorneys looked and how they were unprofessional, that to me was why I was like, and I think that that's the way a lot of people saw it. And that's all. And I think that once you get in it and now you're talking to this guy on your phone and you're talking to the girl who's supposedly his girlfriend and she's feeding you this information, you start to go with it and you're like, okay, maybe there is some cracks. And then you talk to the guy on the phone and he sounds, other than the maniac laugh and the things that we know now that those people didn't know because they didn't hear calls, they were just talking to him. We heard the calls, they didn't hear the calls. You talk to him on the phone and you're like, he kind of sounds like a decent guy. Like he's charismatic, he's friendly, he's funny, he doesn't sound like a scary psycho. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and saying like, these are the things that people may have seen that may have made them, get comfortable in what they were doing. That's all I'm saying. Like, I just think that like, it's very easy for us to like not be involved in it and be like, and listen, I'm not saying that I would ever call somebody like that. I'm not saying that I would ever be involved in anything I don't know. But what I am trying to explain is that this is how these things happen. And like, it could happen, So I don't know. That's all. The prosecution did such a great job. I don't think the deaf was up for contesting anything guilty. So I agree with you, Silver Lining. I think the prosecution did an amazing job. The female prosecutor, Sarah, I forget her name, her last name, I really think she did a phenomenal job. So I agree with you. It's hard to picture him becoming so aggressive and angry based on what we see. Yes, I mean, even listening to his calls, like, he just, I don't know, he seems like a doofus. I can't believe the guy could get on top of two people and do what he did. It's wild. Yes, I agree with you, Joe DeLu, 100%. I there's no doubt in my mind that he's guilty. In some calls, he had such good manners. I agree. Even when he's talking to the guy that's bringing him the tray of food, he's like, oh, okay, I didn't eat it yet. Thank you. Like, you hear him and you're like, how does a guy like this be so polite? And yet he's a monster. It's hard to wrap your head around. Good home training, yeah. So it is hard to wrap your head around. Were you ever called to reach out to him? Was I ever? No. Guilty as fuck, but he was given twits for counsel. Yep. Agree. Would you ever have advocated for him? No. Me personally, absolutely not. No. I was so drawn in with the case, and now I'm getting bored with these calls. It's just the same old. I hear you. I think a lot of people are. When I saw him, I laughed at what a joke he looked like. I got interested because of the hype. Triple, I think that you're not the only person. There are many people that saw his face with all the tattoos and were like, he looks scary, he looks crazy, he looks all these things. For me, that's not what I saw, and it's crazy because generally I would actually find, I don't want to judge and be like I would find any person with tattoos all over their face scary, but I do get a little taken back when somebody has a lot of face tattoos, but I didn't get that from him. I didn't get that when I initially saw him. I don't know. I didn't have a scary feeling about looking at him. And I think that's also too why I was so I need to know more, because off the bat, he didn't look scary to me, Yes. My For You page. My sister sent me the video of him. That's how I found it. Steve's testimony is what drew me to the case. That's interesting, Jahira, because Steve's testimony was very damning. It was very powerful. It really nailed the coffin for him, put the nail in the coffin for him. Yes, the unrealized potential, it's unbelievable. I agree with you, Tia. I'm in the minority. His eyes creeped me out from the start, and also not a fan of the tire look. So, Silver, I get that completely because, like I said, a lot of people have been like, ooh, he was creepy right from the beginning. He looks scary. He's gross. He's this. 100%, I get it, you know. I can't look past what he did and the ugly tats on his face. Yeah. I'll be honest, the TikTok of him walking out in the suit was what got me. Not same for me. That's the video that my sister sent me where he was walking out. And I mean, I'm a married woman. So like, I'm obviously, I'm not the type of person that's like going to reach out to this guy and like try to do something. But yeah, I mean, my sister sent me the video and I was like, oh, he's like, I thought he was hot. He had like that bad boy look, whatever. And then like and then I really did go down a rabbit hole. I literally went down a rabbit hole. Like I started finding different creators on TikTok. I found Courtney's live. I found different YouTube creators that were talking about it. And then I would just watch everything that had to do with it because I'm like, I got to get to the bottom of this. Why is this guy so crazy? Why did he snap? What did he do? What caused it? It was like, I had to get to the bottom of it. And I feel like here I am months later and I still haven't found the answer. The devil wore Prada. Yeah, exactly. It's like the angelic devil, right? Like, obviously he's not angelic, but like, it's like, you see one thing and then they're totally something different. So never knew the rabbit hole was going to be this deep. Exactly. Honestly, I thought he has that one model guy with all the skull face tat. He was that one model guy with all the skull face tats. I'm not sure who that guy is. I'm definitely a teeth girl and I'm not into tattoos. So in that video that he walks out in court with the suit, you don't know that he doesn't that he's like got fucked up teeth. Because I am a teeth person too. I'm not into people that have fucked up teeth. But in that initial walkout, you don't see that. You don't really know that until you start looking into the case. And then you see other pictures of him and you're like, okay, this guy's teeth are fucked up. But like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie, I just feel like we have to be honest. Like, everyone has initial thoughts, whether they be, he looks crazy or he looks good, everyone had initial thoughts when they first saw him. I saw okay. Sorry, going back. I'm a big, tall kind of girl and he's got it, unfortunately. Yep. I agree. I'm not necessarily either big, tall, this, that, and the other, because my husband's not tall. But again, I think it was like all the thirst traps that they created on the internet that just drew people in. The music playing, the suit, the hair, the bad boy image, it created this whole thing around it. And then it kind of just went from there. He looks good in the videos because he wasn't talking or laughing. Yeah, I mean, you can't see his teeth. You can't see that his teeth are all jacked up. Wade is beautiful, he is, but he killed those women. He has no remorse. He has assaulted also. Yeah, I mean, and then you get into it and you're like, okay, this guy's fucked up. Like, he's a sociopath. I mean, he is. He's so jaundiced now. Yep, it overshadows the good looks, exactly. Oops, I just muted Jahira. Crap. I was tapping on the live and I just muted her. How do I unmute Jahira? Can somebody unmute Jahira? Fuck. Yes, R.I.P. Diane and Christine. He is a snaggletooth, but used to have a nice smile. He's just a loser. Yep, he is. And you know what? He really is a fucking loser. I mean, yes, Britt, can you unmute her? Oh, thanks. Sorry, Jahira. He really is a fucking loser. I mean, he is never worked a fucking day in his life. Lived off everyone's couches and lived off every woman he was with. I mean, he's not a man in any sense of the word. He's just not. And that's the thing. Like, okay, women see this bad boy, right? Okay, you like a bad boy image, right? You see this bad boy walking out. He's tall. He's got hair done, slick back, nice hair, good looking. And then you find out he's like, oh, like he's not even a man. He's not. He has like no manly, nothing to him. He doesn't. He don't even know how to take. That's why I laugh when he talks to Jesse on these calls. And I'm thinking to myself, like, she's in this delusion of like, they're going to live in this white picket fence. And I'm thinking to myself, girlfriend, homeboy ain't ever going to, like, even if he did get out, which is not ever going to happen, the homeboy don't even work. Like, you're going to be supporting his ass. Like, why would like, that's a turn off for me. That is a turn off for me. Like, a guy who can't take care of his family, that's a turn off for me. Like, a guy who can't, like, has no interest in his child, who ain't going to go to work and support his family, like, yuck. That is, like, to me, there's zero man there. That's nasty. That's a turn off. Like, that makes you ugly. Besides, you know, obviously, if he wasn't an unaliver, that would make him unattractive. But he's an unaliver, so of course. He would never want her if he got out. That's true. Exactly, Jenny. He is such a boy. He can't drive his own, nothing, no skills. Yeah, I mean, he's a loser. Through and through, he is a loser. He didn't have a phone with his own number. Textbook scrub. Exactly. My first ick, he doesn't know how to drive a stick. I mean, not for nothing, Lovejoy, but not every man knows how to drive a stick. No job, no money, nothing. Right, like he's got nothing to offer, bro. Yeah, I agree with you, Jodaloo. Diane and Christine's family, it's like a nightmare that won't end. It's true, because he like just won't go away, you know? He just won't go away. He's making himself so relevant. And the things that he's doing, you know, by just creating this drama and, you know, raising funds for him, it's just like so gross. It's so gross. That the families have to watch him raise $100,000 to defend himself. Like, ew. When he gets out, he's going to help people. Did he actually ever say that? Because I haven't even heard him say, like, ever say that he's going to do anything for anyone but himself. He's such a fucking narcissist. If that were my sister or mother, I'd be in jail. I agree, Judaloo. He's going to be so miserable when he finally fades into obscurity. And he will, Jenny. I mean, you know, he's not going to stay relevant for much longer. He's really not. He's a parasite. Criminal psychs call it parasitic behavior. Yep. Jessie needs some kind of validation. She can't get that on the street. Yeah, apparently she can't. I mean, I don't know why. There's so many men out there. I mean, I don't know. Let's also remember he's a racist. Yeah, I mean, yes, he has swastikas. I also don't even think he fits into those categories with those people. Like, there was a YouTube video about that gang, and they're like some, like, I don't know, like crazy ass people. I mean, he's obviously crazy too, but he just doesn't seem like he even fits in with them. I think he's just a wannabe. I don't think through and through he really is a racist. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think he got, let's put it this way, I don't think he got those tattoos for the actual meaning. I think he got them because he thought that like that he had the possibility of like helping himself by doing that. Latino girls, big no-no. How about the fact that he's with men? That's a big no-no, especially in those kinds of groups. Yeah, he's not very bright. He's not. He doesn't have any identity. Jenny, I agree with you. Even like when he talks about his mom, like he doesn't even know how to love. He's not even capable of loving his own mother. When he was talking about Barry being Jewish, I thought he would have made a derogatory remark. No, because I really don't think he's anti-Semitic. I think he just, like I said, got these tattoos thinking like he was going to help himself. In fact, when he says Jewish lawyer, he's like happy that he got a Jewish lawyer because Val is from Israel and she's Jewish. And so I think Val had said like, you got to get yourself a good Jewish lawyer because Jewish lawyers are known to be really good. So I think, yeah, I just don't, I don't think he's any of those things. I think he just did it because he thought it was going to help him. Agree, Lori. He's where he needs to be, 100%. These women are pretty crazy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. He's not racist, he's dumb. He's a textbook sociopath. I agree, Lori. If you look at, all of the characteristics, he hits every one of them. I just think he's stupid. I don't think I understand this truly. I don't even think he understands what those truly mean. Kristie, you really should try to reach out to him. Ugh. Fi, I mean, I just think that, yeah, I just don't know how that would honestly be received if I was to speak with him. I mean, not that I think he would speak with me, but I'm just saying I don't know how that would be received. I don't know if I'd want to talk to him. I don't know how I would feel about doing that to the families, although I do know that, it is part of the whole, it's part of the whole true crime world, right, is speaking to people involved in the case and, but I don't even know if that's something I would want to do. After I heard those shit calls, it made me think it was evil. Yeah, it definitely took it to another level, Jahira. I agree. It definitely took it to another level. Do I think it's demonic? I definitely think that anybody that commits those kinds of crimes allows the evil and the devil to get in. Yeah. I mean, I think, it's evil to commit those kinds of crimes. So I definitely think that, evil's there somewhere. It's been let in. I mean, it depends on if you're a religious person or not. If you're a religious person, then you believe that, when you remove yourself from God or you don't stay close to God, you allow the devil to get in. You allow evil to get in. That's what I believe. But I know not everybody believes that. That shit calls took it another level for me. I had a little bit of empathy for him at first. Yeah, I think everyone probably could have, not everyone. I think a lot of people could have maybe had some empathy for him in the beginning, but then as the calls came out and as you hear him and the things that he says and everything, you're just like, you lose it. Did you notice the hand gesture from the white supremacy video on YouTube? I didn't watch the whole video. But I mean, even in the call, he kind of was like, I mean, he kind of said he didn't make any, like when she was like, oh, what was that girl, Gabby, when she was like, what did you do with your hands or whatever? And he's like, oh, he didn't even know what she was talking about. And then he was like, oh, I didn't do anything. I was just like stretching my fingers. Like, he doesn't even know. I don't think he even knows what hand signals those gangs even make. I think he's so far removed from it. He has no clue, like, I just don't think he has anything to do with it other than he thought, if I get this, it'll make me look like maybe, I want to be a part of that. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think he's involved. In the calls, someone said to him, put 3 fingers up. Really? Who said that to him, and in what calls? Because I don't remember hearing that at all. Yeah, well, he did do this. He did do this, and he did this, and he went towards toward the officer, and that was to say, like, do I need to be fingerprinted? That part I know. But he did do something different. Not when he was going like this, he was basically saying, like, do I need to be fingerprinted? But there was another time, and people thought he was doing a gang thing, but then he said he was just, like, stretching. It was emails. Some group of ladies said put 3 fingers up. Why did they say to do that, Brandy? The fact that he fears being in general pop speaks volumes of his manhood. I agree, Cooper. It was a message that the woman said 3 fingers because there was a woman and her 2 friends. What? So like to basically to be like, you recognized like to show them that he saw that they were there or something? They're just making up things. Oh, to acknowledge them. Okay. Stupid. Fucking stupid. I'll be honest with you. You know who I would really like to speak to, if I could? I would like to speak to a juror. I would really like to see what a juror has to say about what they saw. Or I'd like to speak to somebody who was at trial every single day, and did see the evidence and did hear the things that we didn't hear, on TV. And I'm not talking about the gory details. I'm just talking about things like his mannerisms, because we only see like what the camera shows. But like, I would like to speak to somebody that was there, especially like a juror. That I would really be interested in. Corrections officer. Yeah. Somebody that was there like every single day that can like tell us what we didn't see when the cameras were off, like how he acted, what he did. I'd like another person I'd be interested to speak to, Wendy. I'd like to speak to Wendy, the mitigation specialist. I'd love to speak to her. Yeah, like I'm more interested in like, how he was when we didn't see him on camera. Like, because I heard he winked at several people. I'd like to hear, how his attorneys were, how they acted in the courtroom, like aside from what we saw on TV. I'd like to hear from those people. There was a girl that was sitting behind him who I did reach out to, and she did say she would speak, but then I don't know, maybe she changed her mind and she didn't want to talk. But I wanted to talk to her because she was there and she was listening to the case and she was right behind him. So she would have heard maybe some of the things him and his attorneys were talking about. So I was interested to speak to her. But I don't know, I never heard from her again. Oh, that guy was the security guard with the eyes. I think, honestly, the security guard with the eyes just had, like, some sort of medical condition. Like thyroid eye disease or something. The girl with the glasses, yeah, she is on TikTok. And she did make a video. And I did reach out to her because I did want to talk to her, and she said she would be willing to talk, but then she never responded to my messages after that, so I think she just changed her mind. You feel bad? No, I mean, I could be wrong. It just looked like thyroid eye disease to me. Yeah, she did. I think she did say she had reached out to him, and then she showed up at the trial. Bubblegum Girl. I don't know. What's Bubblegum Girl? I would really like to get an insight into how he was in the courtroom, how the lawyers were, some of the things that we didn't hear that were heard. And again, I don't mean like details about the victims. I just mean like about the DNA, about certain evidence. Like there are things that I would like, because they said there was a lot of DNA, but when you listen to the trial, you don't hear all of that stuff, you know? So I am interested in the stuff they didn't present. Yes, Libra girl. One of the two cops. YouTube Streets posted the jury on a live 2 nights ago. They posted the names, right? Because I heard the jurors' names were released. She seems to help him a lot, do you think? Yes, I do believe that Wendy helped him a lot. I think she appeared to be one of the only people that he could actually communicate with. And I think it's because she was a woman. Those guards at court look so scared of him, though. No, I don't think they look scared of him. I think they were just very cautious of him. Like, I think they were on high alert because he had tried to escape jail before. And I think they just felt like this guy could fucking do anything crazy. You know, like, they're always probably on alert thinking these people can do crazy shit. Yes, one juror did speak. I did see that. She was on like a news thing, and she just answered a couple of questions. I wish they would show all the women that showed up for him in court. Yeah, I mean, there was probably a lot of them outside too. Oh my God. Good night, Nat. Yeah, they're annoyed with him. I agree. YouTube Streets discussed Florida law that releases names. They didn't post names. Oh, yeah, okay, because, I mean, I know that they released the names, and I just can't, like, I find that so crazy that they released jurors' names. It's crazy to me. Oh, you didn't release the names, Griselda? Yeah, I heard that the names do get released, so I find that crazy. Yes, his demeanor, like when he was out of courtroom, what was he doing? Yeah. There's a body language assessment. I did see the guy that did the body language assessment. Yes, Lovejoy, that's the girl I'm talking about. Has Rosemary ever spoken out? No, not publicly on a platform. She's made a couple of comments on her Facebook and stuff like that, but she's never, no, I don't think she's ever spoken to anybody. Names were released. They said that the file was unlocked and they probably will get released. That's crazy. The state of Florida is wild. Yeah, it sure is, Jahira. Sure is. I wasn't in the comments, just listening. Oh God, Gazelle, I feel like I haven't seen you. His son's mother. Yeah, Rosemary is his son's mom. The body language guy was fascinating. Yeah, he was good. I watched him on 2 different videos. She's been busy on the tube. I know, I got to get on the tube myself. I got to do a live on the tube. I just don't even know where to begin with that. I got to start learning. Did you see the messages that Zane got sent? Leave the kids alone. Yeah, I saw a screenshot. It must have been on Reddit again or in the Discord. I mean, I just have no words for people that are that fucking disgusting, that would send a message to the victim's child. Like, ew. Ew. I'm shocked he only has 1 child the way he hoops around. I mean, listen, who knows, you know? He has 1 that he knows of. I mean, let's face it. If you got pregnant with Wade Wilson's baby, would you tell him? Or would you just keep it moving? I've been hiding. Saw you in MJ's comments, but by the time I noticed you were gone, I think. Yes, I did. I just popped in just to say hi. I like her platform. But I'm not big on watching lives. I like to go back to videos and listen. Like when I'm like cleaning in my house, I'll turn it on. I'll just let it run, you know. Poor Zane, horrific. I know, it's like, it's just so horrible. Like, I don't get people, but it's the same people that get on platforms and like say nasty things, like I don't know, just say horrible things about people's looks and stuff. I just don't get it. I don't know what's wrong with people. I really don't. But going after the victims, their families, it's just wrong on so many levels. So many levels. Like, okay, you want to think the guy's innocent. You want to be stupid enough to believe that. That's fine. But leave the victims alone. That's crazy to me. Whoever brought them into this platform shouldn't do that to these boys. Sorry to say that. It's disgusting going after them. Yep. I've been through so much pain. Zane also said his father was murdered. I don't know. I don't know the details. I feel like in the beginning of this, when it came out, I feel like I do remember a story maybe of an accident, car accident or something. So I'm not 100% sure. I can't answer that. There was talk he had a daughter, but apparently it was BS, but God knows. So the talk was that I think Rosemary initially thought that her daughter was his, but then I believe a year or 2 later he had a test, and I think that was while he was in jail. He had a test, and they determined that he was not the dad. So that's how that came about. Oh. He was calling his daughters. He was calling his daughter. Yeah, because I think at the time he still thought she was his daughter. My contact's bothering me. I think at the time he thought she was his daughter. Wonder how he felt when he found out. I mean, he doesn't even acknowledge the son. He's never even met the son. He doesn't even acknowledge. I mean, I've never actually heard him refer to the son at all. Like, at least the daughter he brought up once or twice. I've never heard him talk about the son ever. I mean, and then the saddest part about it all is he's talking to other women about having children with other women. And it's like, you have a child. Someone who's going to carry your name. This kid looks like him. He's adorable, the kid. He's so handsome. You have a child, bro. Like, it's just sad. Oh, talking about having a child with other women when you have a baby, like, who, like, has, I don't know, your blood running through their veins, and you just don't even acknowledge it. Ugh, I don't know. It's just fucked up. It's really fucked up. It really is. But I'm happy that like Rosemary has like a good man in her life and that he seems to have stepped up to the plate and taking care of, this child. So that's all that matters, is that the kid has love and, he has parents that love him. And he's better off, honestly, than ever having somebody like Wade Wilson be in his life. So he probably wants to have more of his namesake. Yeah, I mean, he probably does. But like, you have a child that actually could carry your name, and like, you don't even acknowledge him. Thought she was paying for him to get out. Who was paying for him to get out? Oh, Jesse? Wait. Makes sense why Tommy said they're having a difficult time getting him out. Oh, you guys talking about Eric? Is Eric still in jail? Awful. I thought about the same thing. And the women that know that he already has kids. Yep, that too. He probably just wants to have more. Easy to talk about when you plan on not taking care of them. Yep. He also might not want to talk about the kids with these ladies. That could be it too. I don't know. I mean, you could at least acknowledge that you have a child and be like, I have a child. He's so out of touch with reality. Agreed. He has baby fever. Did you guys see that Netflix series about the guy who had 1,000 children? It was like the man who had 1,000 children. It was a guy that was like literally like impregnating all these women with like his sperm. Like they were going to like banks, and yeah, he just had like kids all over. I doubt it bothered him. The only time on the call he was swearing on his kids about some lie. I missed that. He was swearing on his kids. Thought she was. No, that's a different guy. You're talking about the doctor. This is a different guy. This is a guy that was like selling his sperm to people that were trying to have babies. It was in another country. It wasn't this country. I don't think it was this. Oh no, it was this country. He was doing it here. He was doing it overseas. But he was basically like illegally selling his sperm, but then also going to banks and donating. And then he was donating more than you're supposed to, because they limit it and cap it. And he was like giving more so that he could have more babies with these people. And like, these people lived in the same town, and they like found out that like they both had a baby by this guy with the same sperm, from the same sperm. It was so weird. The whole thing was just weird. Very weird. God. Anyway, guys, I'm going to probably head off. It's almost 12 o'clock. It's like the tattoos you just want. Yes, Cooper, that's exactly what I was saying the other night. That like, I feel like the tattoos are like the same concept. Like he just wants to see how many people he can get to have his name on him. Eric's in jail for some crazy like nonsense. I think it has to do with, I don't know. They said he was looting during the hurricane. Oh. Maybe it was larceny. I didn't even look it up. I appreciate you, Fee. Thanks for coming. I think it was in Turkey. Yeah, it could be. It definitely was overseas, but then he did also like, I remember he was definitely in New York. So he was doing this all over. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Happy, healthy. And I'll see you guys maybe over the weekend. If not, sometime next week. If you guys can start looking into Karen Reed case, we're going to touch that next week in the pod club. So look into Karen Reed case. And yes, we'll meet back soon. All right. Enjoy, guys.